Hey guys, this is Margie FitzGerald going live here. Let's see. Let's make sure it's a very pretty background for you guys. So I'm coming to you live today to talk. I'm starting a series on the case of nightmare and hostage hills. This is a practitioner's manual for providers because from what I've seen in my practice and my professional experience and personal experiences, so many providers, people that work with families and kids, really do not understand and are easily swayed by narcissist manipulation. And so I've created this practice manual. It's available on Amazon. It's called The Case of Nightmare and Hostage Hills, a practitioner's manual for the assessment and treatment of victims of batterers, abusers, narcissists. So especially, for children. So today I'm gonna keep it simple and just start with 3 red flags, 3 characteristics of a battering household. Now, batterers are all narcissists. Not all narcissists are batterers, depending on the degree to which that they are just essentially cruel and have no sense of empathy. My term for this kind of a narcissist is having a compassion of a tick. Doesn't that fit? A tick just wants to suck the blood out of you. And that's what narcissists will do if left unchecked. And so many providers are doing that from lack of understanding. So that's where I come in as a warrior for children. So today we're talking about 3 red flags or 3 characteristics of a battering household where there's a narcissist tyrant on board. The first one that I want to talk about, and this is really in relation to how the children show up. The first one is a cult-like enmeshment of the kids with their batterer. Normally it's the father, not always. Much higher percentage are males. And so what does this look like? Enmeshment really means the fusion of boundaries, and that there's no sense of, the kids don't have their own sense of individuality in their development. They lose their sense of agency, meaning being able to make decisions on their own based on their own reasoning of what's good for them, things that they like to do, goals that they have that they want to achieve. Their mentality becomes absorbed into the agenda of the batterer, into the attitudes of the batterer. They learn the behaviors of the batterer. And so it's very much cult-like, right? And so the batterer, really, the narcissist, is a cult leader, essentially, who creates a hostage camp, especially in these child custody cases, of the children against their mother. Sometimes it's the other way around, but usually it's the batterer father trying to vilify and train, if you will, the kids to exile the mother, sever the relationships with the mother in child custody cases. Because they are all about power and control, and batterers, narcissists, see their family members as possessions, right? And so they weaponize the children, maybe financial reasons. Power and control reasons is the number one. They want to be dominant. And so there are many examples in the case of Nightmare and Hostage Hills, 46 of them. So I'm only going to touch on 3 here. First one, cult-like enmeshment. You'll see the terms as they're reporting through these child custody cases. Us versus her. We versus her. We don't feel safe, and so we're not going to have a visit with her. And they often will call her by her first name. That's another indicator that I'll throw in as a bonus, that they no longer will call their mother mom. They'll call her by her first name. It's a very dehumanizing, degrading process for, just to let you guys know, to be aware of that as you're working with these families. Number 2 is the twisting of truth. Okay, so there may be incidents the narcissist reports, they have a thread of truth wrapped in a bundle of lies. And that's really what gaslighting is. So, for example, the the mother may come for a visit, and the father has the kids in the car, and they're supposed to be illegally having a visitation, and the father just sits there, often will smirk at the mother, and just refuses to let the kids out of the car to go in and have a visit with the mother. And so the mother may react, get angry, yell, bang on the car, not destructive, but out of frustration, because the narcissist does these kinds of provoking behaviors and then will record them if they can and show that to the court and framing it as she is emotionally unstable, or crazy psycho. And so you see projection in these cases. That's another bonus, where the narcissist will report things that he will say about the mother that he is actually doing himself, whether it's affairs, whether it's I don't know, using drugs, drinking, a certain way that he's behaving. So that's number 3, the twisting of truth in a bundle of lies that they then report to the evaluator or to the judge or the lawyer. And the third one really is a total disregard for values, right? For the kid's essential right to have a relationship with their mother. And these batterers, these narcissists, will do anything and everything, including seeing blood, bruises, shaming of the kids, to try to, what's the right word, to eradicate. Really, it's a behavior modification tool that these narcissists will use to try to erase the love a child has for its other parent. Because every time it's aversive conditioning, you guys know that, being in the mental health field, where if the child has a maybe picture of mom that he's adoring, and the father sees that and maybe trashes that attachment, trashes that picture, screams and yells at the child, when they bring up maybe wanting to see the mom or expressing love for her or wanting to call her or visit her. I know a case, and I've talked about this, where the daughter was punched in the mouth by the father. And so then the child goes deep down within and is not going to bring up mom again for survival. So the kids end up in survival. And so this is a total disregard by the narcissist father of any values, any morals, any right action. Especially pay attention to these in child custody cases. And these custody evaluators really need you to document what you're seeing, right? Seeing and exploring more deeply, why is the child not calling the parent mom or dad? Why is the child refusing to visit? So that you can really explore and see, are there some battering tactics going on here? Is there a narcissist on board? And they also will classically totally steamroll over custody orders. There's no lack of enforcement. You family lawyers that may be watching this, or judges, they will not abide by the custody order. And it's, customarily in this family court child custody crisis, this is happening all over the country. And there are suicides, homicides of the mothers, sometimes of the children. So just to wrap up, today I'm talking about the 3 red flags to pay attention to when you're working with families, with children, to protect them, to assess properly the impact on them by having a narcissist/batterer parent who is trying to usurp the legal process in these child custody cases. and the ways in which they try to subdue their children, the impact of their power and control and cruel, compassionatic behavior towards their children and the mother. So this is the book, The Case of Nightmare and Hostage Chills. I only talked about 3 characteristics, 3 red flags today. There are 46 on the page of chapter 3, where the title is Beware of Haphazard Conclusions. Because when the traumatized mother shows up, you need to recognize that this probably is not her innate dysfunction. It's probably a trauma reaction. And so pay attention and reach out to me. I'm here to help coach in any way. I also have a clinical practice where I work with survivors, and this piece is more about education. So bless you. You can reach me at the maveriktherapist.com or margaretmfitzgeraldcounseling.com, and I will continue going through each chapter with 3 points. Again, there's 3 out of 46 here. 3 characteristics of a battering household where there's a narcissist tyrant on board. Again, bless you. Hug your kids. Take care. Bye.